Well, 3 Super Bowl rings, a Super Bowl MVP, Fox NFL kickoff every Sunday. He's in Boston right now. It's Julian Edelman joining us here on a Thursday. So I imagine it's kind of like your hometown. I know you're from the Midwest, but you got your charities there. I imagine if you turn on sports radio, Drake Maye is getting the love. I imagine everybody in Boston is talking about Drake Maye. What do you make of him so far?
I think he's been doing real well, and he's definitely the talk of town here in Boston. I mean, I just went to breakfast. The guy over comes out, "Oh, Drake Maye, we're back. We haven't been back." And the excitement is definitely there, and they should have it because, I mean, he's thrown for 10 touchdowns. He's top 5 in passing yards, and he only had 2 interceptions. He's fumbled the ball 3 times, which he fumbled 10 times last year. So he's getting better each week, and they're winning ball games. So, I think this will be another good test for them this week. And, I'm excited just as much as everyone else because the better they are, the more I get to talk.
Yeah. When whether it's Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, your dynasty, the Warriors with Durant, the Chiefs, I do think, and maybe football's different, maybe Belichick made it different, but when you're just humming in football, the Chiefs right now feel like, man, the eye test. They're getting Rashee Rice back. How do you stay self-motivated when we got a better coach, we got a better quarterback, we got better schemes, we got better players? Is it hard to be Kansas City? Was it hard even though you mostly on Sundays had the better check across the board?
Yeah, and I would say that the Chiefs are not in that necessarily the category of we need to motivate. I think they're in the category of we've been good for so long. Each year we lose coaches, we lose players, a la Tooney in the middle of the line, guys suspended like Rashee Rice, and they use this first part of the season to really learn what they're going to be this year, their identity. And it took them a little more time because of the lack of practice we all talk about because of the CBA and all that. So they're still learning their team. Now, when it's week 11 and you're 8-1 or 8-3, and you're playing a team that's when you have to start creating motivation. But I don't think that's the category that these guys are in. I think they're just trying to figure out what they're doing. And the teams that really fall in love with the process of improving each week are the teams that are always there at the end because you got to play with the injury bug. You're going to lose a couple guys in those first 6-7 weeks. Do you get them back in the back end? As long as the team continues to improve each week, those are the teams that succeed. And that's what the Chiefs have done for the last 6-7 years. They just continue to improve their team, look at the things they're deficient at, try to work on those scrap plays that they're not doing well, bring in a couple of their drawn up plays that, Coach Andy has them do on Friday after practice, whatever, that whole thing where everyone gets to contribute to bringing a play in. So I think that's where they are right now, is just trying to learn their team and the league better strap up because I think they're better than they are last year at this point.
Yeah, same here. The trade deadline's a couple weeks away. And my theory's always been if you have a star quarterback, the Chargers, Josh Allen, but you have a deficiency, the Rams, you can go for it. Don't give up the house, but go for it. If the Giants, save your picks. You're not a Super Bowl contender. The interesting thing is, I don't remember New England doing a ton of trade deadline stuff. Obviously, sometimes you get to a point, week 7 or 8, and you're like, we have a hole. We need a slot corner. It's weird. You have this strong culture in New England. Hey, we're going to bring in an outsider. What did you make of it? What did you make of free agency and the trade deadline? Did you like it? I mean, I can't imagine busting my butt for years. All of a sudden, here comes a starter. If you're a corner, can it affect chemistry on the team?
It can, but that's when you rely on your leadership. I remember in 2012, we brought in Aqib Talib during the trade deadline.
Yep.
And because we had such a tight group of leaders on the team at that point, he came in and we were a lot better because of him. And then we built off that the next year, went to the AFC Championship and lost to Denver, and then he ended up signing in Denver. But, I think that all comes back to the leadership of your team. Like you said, usually the teams that are going to make these trades have the quarterback. And if the quarterback's the guy in the locker room that's the highest paid guy, playing the best, everyone else falls in line. So I'm all for bringing guys in especially if you have a great chemistry and a great locker room.
Yeah. I remember Gronk one time going to the podium, and he was literally, he said, I don't want to say this, coach is going to get really mad at me. And then I watched Tua go to the microphone and kind of throw the staff under the bus. And my take is, people make mistakes in life, but you wouldn't do that if you had a little fear with the head coach. You wouldn't call out the coaching staff with Andy Reid. You wouldn't do it, with Mike Tomlin. You wouldn't do it with Vrabel. I looked at Tua and I thought, that's my issue with Miami, is I think Mike McDaniel's smart, but when a player goes and takes shots at like the staff, that we got a culture issue. I mean, what did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, we never did that. If there was ever a problem, you handle that closed doors with the team. We never talked about contracts. We never talked about drama, and we had drama. Okay. And that's honestly the way you're supposed to do it, because then it becomes a distraction to the team. Now, I think the Dolphins are just fundamentally designed this way. I mean, you bring in a bunch of guys that aren't culture guys. When it's time, when stuff's hitting the fan, who's going to be the serious guy? So I think they're just fundamentally wrong on how they're built. I think we got to take a look at who's building the team, because look, we paid Tua after he's been hurt a bunch. We bring in Tyreek Hill, and we all know what he is off the field. These are your best players. Who are their core nucleus guys? We don't know. They've never really had them. So I think this was a terrible way to handle it, because if there's a drama, you keep that in between your building in your meeting rooms, and you don't bring it out to the public. We've had way too much of this stuff in Miami for the last however long before Coach McDaniels. It's funny. You hear these stories about Brady, and Brady was LFG. The difference is, I think Brady had some Baker Mayfield in him, but Tom was very measured when he go on EEI radio or the podium. I just think Tom hit it. I think he has some Baker. He had chutzpah. He could be attitude. When I watch Baker, I think there's guys that have it. I just think Baker's not afraid to say it at the podium. Do you like his personality when he comes out and he just doesn't care what he's going to say at the podium? Yeah, I love his personality because he's a dog. But the reason why it's working right now is because he's performing. And, when you can go out and show that you can make the plays in the high pressure situations, it makes everyone on the team believe. I played on a team where we thought we could win every week because of our quarterback. And it seems like right now, Tampa, they have such a belief in Baker, regardless if it's how he talks to the media or how he's playing, they believe. And when they believe, the defense plays a little better, the offense plays a little better, the special teams plays a little better, because it's a quarterback league. And we all depend on the quarterback. So I think that's where the similarities are with Tom and Bake, are that everyone believes that they're the guy. If you believe he's the guy, it doesn't matter how you get him to believe, they're believing.
Finally, tonight we got two old 40-year-olds quarterbacking on Thursday night. Do you remember a game on Thursday when you had a big Sunday? Let's say you had 12 targets, 9 catches, and you got beat up a little. And all of a sudden, here comes Thursday. Were you still sore Wednesday night and Thursday morning?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Thursdays, your whole team key is, let's just get out with a win. It's usually going to be a fundamental week because there's no practice. You're probably going to be in shells, or you're going to have accelerated walkthroughs. Everyone's trying to get their body to the best they possibly can. It'll be a real vanilla scheme, because you're going to run the best plays that your team runs the best at, because you're not going to have a lot of you're not going to have a lot of physical reps. And it always seems to be a division game whenever it's a Thursday. I felt like we played the Jets a bunch. So there is going to be that familiarity. There's going to be that rivalry, but it's whatever it takes to get the win. And Aaron right now is playing that way. He's doing what it takes to win ball games, not put up huge numbers. And I think he's doing a great job, and I believe that they're going to come in. I know they don't do very well on the Pittsburgh Steelers don't do well on Thursday nights on the road or whatever, but I think this is a different year with Aaron. He seems to be in a good space. The team believes in him, and I know that they haven't played anyone very special yet, but when you continue to collect wins, you gain confidence. And all these guys are looking up at their quarterback. They haven't seen a guy like that since Big Ben got hurt his last year or a couple years before his last year. So, I'm excited to see what the Steelers do. The Thursday night games, you're definitely sore. You definitely want to get out of there, and you want to get the game done with a win because it is a baby bye afterwards. So everyone's got a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Julian Edelman, Games with Names podcast, doing his local charities in Boston, as he's prone to do when he goes back home, and it's great seeing him.
Put me in, baby. Put me in, and Boys and Girls Club of Boston. Everyone go check them out.